Lenny S was good.
JY.
I mean, that's the name of the project. Yeah,
Yeah,
JY.
yeah. You know what? Everybody been calling me Lenny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
now it's just Lenny, so I don't know. Well,
No, what the first question I was going to ask you was going to be, why did you name it if that's your real name?
nah, that's not even my real name.
So it's the story behind it.
Yeah, Lenny actually, this is a producer back in 2012. He sent me a beat called Leonard Lean. I just loved what I thought it meant, and I was going through a tough time with chicks or whatever. So it was just like my way of just like rebelling and doing whatever I wanted. So like that's like a whole like character within me, but it's actually real because that's how I really act.
The cover reminded me like of, you ever seen Willie Dynamite, the movie?
It was inspired by 70s black exploitation.
That's what I got from it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It looked like it was like a movie theme for the project.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to go for.
Yeah,
absolutely.
so it worked.
Yeah,
It drew the attention because I was like, oh shit, before I even, because after I was like, damn, that was smart how you put who is JY as his social media handle. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because people were asking, who are you? They asked, like, even he was like, when he was going to flight, he said, who's JY? I said, yeah, that's actually his name. That's what he did for real. Yeah, so I'm like, but the cover, the artwork, it drew me in right away. Well, first I saw I think it was Trey Pizzy's manager had posted you had a release party.
Yeah.
And he had posted, I was in New York.
Yeah, it was in New York. Yeah.
He had posted footage of it there with his phone. So it made me click on your name, and then the first thing I saw was the artwork, the cover. I was like, yo, this is creative. This is dope. This is dope.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, the listening party, it was fire. It was actually my first listening party I ever did. I did it was just fun because I just made sure that people had a great time we had food. We had drinks for everybody. Like, we didn't really charge nobody for nothing. We had nutcrackers and Popeyes for everybody.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep it hood.
Yeah. So like, cause I felt like listening to parties, they're just too bougie and like too cute. And my music it's not like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want everybody to have a great time, especially when they heard the music. And then when they heard the music, people were like dancing in their seats.
Now, are you from Jersey or New York?
From Jersey.
From Jersey?
Yeah.
Because I see you mingle in with both. That's why.
Yeah, I got to, because where I'm from in Jersey, it's like, I'm from Hackensack, Inglewood area, Bergen County. So it's like we close to the bridge. And we not considered the hood of Jersey, like the Pattersons, the Jersey Cities, the Newarks.
The names that always have stood out and people are in tune with.
Right, so it's like I've always had to do stuff in New York. That's why I have like a good fan base in New York and in Jersey as well. So it's, I've always been in between. Like, usually like Jersey artists don't really mess with New York until like they actually pop or whatever. So
how did you come across like certain people? I've seen your videos, like Trey Pizzy, and certain artists in New York that they're from different parts. It ain't like you went straight across the Harlem Tunnel and you in Manhattan and met somebody. You meeting people and mingling with people in Brooklyn and the Bronx. How does that connection come about? With the moves you make?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really new. I'm not really a new guy, like, into the underground scene. Like, I started back in 2010, 09, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So I've always been doing things. Like, I've been performing at SOBs, Webster Hall, like, relentlessly for, like, the past 5 years. Yeah. So I never really was doing shows in Jersey because, it's not really that many venues out here to be doing stuff. Sure. So I always was in the mix that way, and plus the people that I was doing songs with were really like top guys at the time, like, you know what I'm saying, back in like that era, like, you know what I'm saying. So I was doing songs with Freeway and Young Chris and Joe Budden and Corey Guns and Joel Ortiz and Killer Mike, and that was on my first mixtape.
On your very first project?
My first mixtape.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's what got me into the blogs or whatever. The blog started messing with me heavy, and then I just kept trying. I try to be somewhat consistent, but the problem is that I make my music is more like albums. Yeah. So it's like I don't have like I don't really just sit there and just record all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm out and about, like, clearly because I go meet people. You know what I'm saying? That can, like, I can help them or they can help me. So.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not a studio rat. Yeah, I'm not a studio rat. So it's like, I just, like, for instance, like, I've been trying to do a project like at least once a year. it's been working out. You know what I'm saying? I did one in 2010, one in 2011. The last one was 2012, the end of it, and then the second one was the beginning of 2014, and then Lenny 2015. Yeah.
So you have projects. You don't just be like, oh, I'm going to freestyle over a beat and this
I've never put out a project with me freestyling
with industry
over
beats.
Never. I've never done it.
All like, original.
Yeah, all plus like a lot of the producers that I work with, and, you know what I mean, some of them have like real credits, like, you know what I'm saying, like Rockwilder. And my first tape I had Rockwilder, Heatmakers, Buck Wild, you know, Scram Jones, like all that was my first tape.
That's a good category of producer.
Yeah, but that's when I was trying to like really like.
He's so humble about it, but that's not no bullshit right there.
Yeah, that's when I was trying to rap everybody's heads off, like, you know what I'm saying, like that's when I was like spitting, like, you know what I'm saying. And then my second tape, it was had Nipsey Hussle on it and Corey Guns, and then on my third joint it was called Slave Shift Falling Up. I had
Slave Shift.
Yeah.
Falling Up.
Okay. And then I had Rico Love on there, and a lot of, you know what I'm saying, it was a great project. Like it was, you know, I just tried to do my best, and then I put out a project called Such Is Life in 2014. The only feature I had on it that was, you know, I had my people on it, but the only feature I had on it was Max B.
Okay.
And that was a record that we did before he got locked up. Yeah. I just never released it, and I just took his vocals and put it on like a more updated beat.
Yeah.
And that was in 2014.
So basically, your catalog
is crazy.
It's bigger than you just going across the tunnel to New York and meeting people.
Right. It's pretty extensive.
Yeah.
It's pretty extensive.
Damn sure is.
And then I started this year off with the joint with WAP.
Okay.
With Fetty, me and Fetty.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah.
Last month I saw that. Mm-hmm. That's the WAP before you put the dreads in.
Yeah, that was
you got him right there in the beginning.
But you know what the crazy thing is? Like, it was WAP when we shot the video in February of this year. Mm-hmm. So it was like, you know, because he kind of did the dread thing like sporadically.
Yeah, you did it right before you put the dread.
Yeah, so
I could tell because he did another video too around that same time with what's his name, Yali? Yeah. I had him up here too. Yeah,
Pretty Girl Rock record.
Yeah. So, this is a dope ass story you just gave us.
It was, you know, it's a lot of stuff in between.
For somebody like him that said, "Who is JY?" And we had that, I said, "Yeah, that's his handle." You just now let people know right away off back. That's the way you started the interview right there.
Yeah, man, I came up battling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was battling kids all day.
Man, fuck battling now.
Yeah, I mean,
you making records.
Yeah. That was, you know, like,
you got some joints.
That's when I was younger though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like when I was I came from Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta until I was 17.
Oh, okay.
And then I came up here.
Wait, so you're originally from down south?
I wouldn't say that, but it's like I started like, you know, I feel like what I tell people is I started to be me in Atlanta. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I went down there when I was 10 years old, 10, 11 years old. And then I came back at 17. So, like, I already done caught my first case. I was already fucking, I can curse?
Yeah.
I can already, I was already.
Lines on YouTube, man.
All right, my fault. I was already, you know what I'm saying? I caught my first case out there. I was fucking bitches out there my first time. Like, I first started recording out there. Like, so it's a real big part of it.
You found yourself out there.
Yeah, like, I was battling at they had like this station called 107.9, which is like the Hot 97 of Atlanta, and I was battling every week. Like, I was winning 10 weeks straight. Okay. And that's how I met T.I., and then T.I. used to bring me to the studio and stuff like that, and that's how I know Jeter and all that. So that's how I have my Atlanta. I have like a big Atlanta family out there, like, musically. I go out there to record most of my stuff.
Oh, yeah?
To this day, yeah.
All right. So when we going out there to promote this project?
I'm going out there at the top of January.
No, I said when we going?
At the top of January.
I'm going down there with you.
At the top of January. So right before y'all get this thing back in order, that's when we out there. Yeah. Nah, deadass, I'm inspired by, like, pimp movies. Like, I literally watch them shits. Like, my second project, like the project prior to this one, Such Is Life, like, I have a record called Pretty Tony. Like, it's really about somebody, like, it's about me losing one of my main bitches. Like,
you was down in South pimping bitches? That's your alter
thing.
Ego, huh? Yeah.
Do my thing, man.
You talked about when you found yourself. You found your pimp side down that motherfucker, huh?
I just do my thing.
That's why T.I. was fucking with you.
Yeah, shout out to
pimping them bitches.
You know what I mean?
Am I saying too much right now? Disclaimer?
Nah, you ain't say nothing because I didn't agree or disagree or nothing.
Oh, all right. So it's all my assumptions.
Yeah, that's your assumption.
We're going to base this all on my assumptions.
Absolutely.
Yo, that Pretty Tony joint.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fire.
What you was talking about in there?
It was me losing one of my main bitches. Like,
besides that, yeah.
It's a
story. Come on.
Story. It's a crazy story. Like, it had a sample of Beyonce's record, Yes, like something on her first album called Yes, and basically like she's the sample saying yes I told you yes we can be together and yes you can stay with me.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a whole story. Like, I was breaking down the second verse, got real crazy, talking about like, you know, who took you in when your father left and when your mama died and all the type. The record is fire though. That's still one of my favorite records.
Was she your bottom bitch?
Main.
The main one.
Nah, see, when you say bottom bitch,
the main bottom bitch,
then people going to assume I was pimping, so that's why I said main.
Trying to get it. He said, no, nigga, you ain't getting that. I gotta hear that record.
It's a great joint, man.
So, now, who designed the cover of the project?
Well, my man Hype, he shot the pictures. He took the pictures. We took the pictures in Harlem. And then my man Leak, top tier GFX on IG, he designed it, and I told him exactly how I wanted it to look like, 70s inspired, black exploitation, big face in the middle, other pictures in the side of it. So like, and then even on there's a alternative cover where we have like JY as Lenny, and then also starring then everybody that's featured on it, so it looked like more like a movie trailer poster. Yeah. So like,
that's dope. I saw before I went to Michigan one weekend, but I saw you was supposed to be performing in Hoboken. Did that event happen? Because I wanted to come out tour, but then I was booked to go to Michigan. Oh shit. All right, let's move on from that.
Nah, you know what? It was an event called New Jersey. So it was my man Peso.
New Jersey was behind that?
Yeah,
Why they picked Hoboken to do it in?
It's the event. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't really say. Like, okay. I didn't know the business dealings with that. But I did not end up performing. I didn't perform.
Did anybody perform?
People performed, but it was the issue is that they put too many people on the bill, and it was too unorganized, and there was other people with ulterior motives, where the fact that they wanted their artists to be presented more than others, and they were part of the event. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
So,
so basically, they shouldn't even have booked no other acts besides their acts that they were involved with. Then
it was just too many. It was just too many people. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was just the end all be all. It wasn't like it was just too many people.
Do you run into problems like that with certain promoters and stuff?
Nah, because that was the first time that's ever happened to me.
What is your shows like anyway? Like, is your shows the same way as your records, or do you know? Because sometimes artists get on stage and it's a whole different person.
Yeah, like I'm like really energetic. Like I'm like really turned. Like even when I did a day party for RCA Records like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Like it just depends how I feel that day. Like I was jumping on top of speakers, like all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really. Sometimes I go with show. I always have energy, but when I feel like I have a point to prove, which is the majority of my shows, I feel like I have a point to prove, then I really give my 100% all in my performance, because I feel like that's how I'm gaining fans. Like not just me putting out music, but me actually working these songs and performing these songs. So it's like that's another reason why I don't put out a bunch of music, because I feel like there's music that still needs to be worked, and I'm not going to give up on stuff that I have.
It's always new to somebody who never heard it.
Exactly. Like I learned that from who told me that. He didn't tell me personally. I think I heard it from either Michael Jackson or Tupac said that.
Oh, okay.
That like,
somebody said it to me, but I don't remember who it was.
I heard it from. I heard it from.
That always stuck with me.
Yeah, I heard
it was that. Like, man, it's always new to somebody who never heard it. Keep pushing that record.
Yeah, that's exactly. I think I heard it. It was somebody like Michael Jackson or Tupac said it. Okay. So that's why I was like,
either way, it was two good people.
Yeah, it's forever embedded in me. So it's like, I'm not going to give up on nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even Buddy, like, I'm tired of that record, like, literally tired. But, like, when I go on SoundCloud, like, I'm still getting 700 plays a day on that song. Yeah. So it's still new to other people.
Exactly.
I'm still getting, like, 300 Spotify streams a day on that record. So it's like it's still a growing song. So it's like you can't really give up on it. So we're born.
Speaking of that record, like, all right, you see how the music game is right now.
Yeah.
This True Talk Sessions.
Yes.
Fetty Wap.
Uh-huh.
Had he not blown up and you not had him on a record, would you like his music?
Yeah. You know why? Because this is how I heard of WAP. I was trying to put together a show where I'm from in Bergen County, in Teaneck, at this place called Mexicali Live. I was the first ever rapper to ever perform there.
All right.
So it's like, you know, that place I hold like near and dear. Like I actually just did a show there this past Sunday.
All right.
And I was trying to put artists onto the show. This was last year. And then my barber was like, yo, this guy named WAP, Fetty Wap, he got this song called Trap Queen. He runs Patterson.
Okay.
And Patterson's not that far from me. So it's like, you know, 15-minute drive. So it's like, all right, yeah, let me get in contact with him through somebody. So me and him, I knew mutual people, and that's how I met him. And I heard Trap Queen. I didn't hear anything else.
Yeah.
So then he came to a cookout of mine, and then we and him just clicked from there. Like he came to a cookout of mine. I've been at his house. Like, you know, we have a more personal relationship. We come to my house for he come to my house for Thanksgiving. Like we have a more personal relationship.
That's cool. All right.
So like I always thought, just off Trap Queen, I said if he got signed, he's out of here, because Trap Queen is undeniable. Because it's not a lot of rapping on it. It's more hook based. It's one verse, and I think they added that one rap verse later. Like I think it was fully a record. It was just hook.
So you just laid it out. So it's actually, people know it's a genuine, real relationship, friend relationship behind the scenes, not just music.
Yeah,
I've jump on this track, and then, you know what I mean, I'm running with it. So they understand that.
Nah, like me and him, like even in South by Southwest, like when we were in South by Southwest together, like he came to my place, like, you know, like, yo, let's get up. And me and him were like driving, like he was with me all week of South by Southwest. So it's like my relationship with him is not nowhere near like business oriented at all.
You actually, when you ran down the list of your catalog of work and the features that you have, to me, you actually were already there before you and Fetty Wap met. It was like, not tonight belittle what he's done, but it was like, damn, it's like kind of like he was on a track with somebody who was already there with shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, but the thing,
this because somebody might not have heard about you, but you have done work. You have a good catalog body of work.
Right.
And the fact that you say you don't like to throw shit out there, like, it's not that many artists can sit here and say they don't just go over industry beats. They have all original shit. That's a dope statement to be able to make nowadays.
Yeah, all 5 of my projects has no instrumentals.
That's a dope statement, man.
Yeah, it's
like,
all original music.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's some real shit right there.
Yeah,
I can't really record.
Original.
Not the shit on no guest that's been up here. I gotta do my bullshit disclaimer. It's fucked up I said bullshit though, but I can't recall that.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, the thing is, like, I just literally, like, the reason why is because I find that, like, I practice over people's instrumentals. Like, if I have, like, bars that I just want to write, I just write bars to it. I record. Like, I've rapped to almost, like, a lot of instrumentals, but they just stay on my computer.
Okay.
I never release it because, you know, I mean, I'd rather release a record to see if it can do something for me.
True.
If I can financially gain off the record. Like, this year, what WAP did do for me, which I will be forever grateful for, is introduce me to a new generation of listeners. Now, because by the time me and WAP connected, the blogs and stuff is starting to die out. Like, what I mean by that is that they are more so, like, the people are choosing who's going to work.
Instead of the bloggers now.
The people are choosing who's going to work. So they chose WAP. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm used to being on the blogs, like sending out an email blast and being on all these websites.
Yeah.
Now that is still cool, like, you know what I mean? It's still cool to do, but it's not as important as a lot of people think. So now more important is like touching the people and like, you know, creating an organic following more so than a standardized industry following. So like all these industry cats know who I am. DJs know who I am. They all know me. They play my records or whatever. But the people don't really know me like that. So what WAP did do is introduce me to that, and introduce me into me being able to make money off of my music. So like when we put out Buddy, that was the first song I've ever put on iTunes.
Okay.
And stuff like that. And
all the projects that you had, that's the first time you said, I'm gonna put this on there to make money off.
It's the first time. And then ever since then, I put out two more records on there, and then I'm like, all right, like so now, like on my Spotify, which is I get paid off Spotify, I get 6,000 monthly listeners every month off Spotify. You know what I'm saying? So that's coming in every month. I'm getting a check every month. I'm getting an iTunes check every month. So, and I just use that and reinvest it into my music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The group that people that you're involved with, like that whole movement right there, I like where it's going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
thank you.
It's like it's refreshing.
You know why? Because we all OD competitive. So when we do songs, like we say like, I'm going to kill you on this. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we like really, that's just how we do. That's why it's not even like we did we're just all competitive, but like we're not gonna like we just together. Like when I came back from I was away for a little bit, and when I came back, me and Trey connected like real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then like that was last year. Like I've only known Trey for like maybe a year and a half.
Yeah.
But like that's like my brother. Like we do everything together. Like we go to A3C together. We do South by Southwest together. I go to his house. He come to my house. He come to my shows. I come to his shows. Even when I'm not performing, I still go to his, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that's just how me and him always been.